welcome back, you WahooWarriors. This is Adepticon, basically after action. Now, I know one of the things before I went, I was really trying to do some research online to see what I might see in a 1250 point game. And there's not a lot out there. So I made it a point of mine to make sure I took some pictures of when I went, and I'd be able to share those with people. So if they're looking to go at a 1250 point event, it seems like that's something that's kind of starting to become popular in the Midwest, industrial Midwest area, is a single platoon 16 order dice. So I figured I'd take some pictures so that at least there would be a reference point for people to judge or gauge maybe what they're thinking they might take, whether it's cheesy or themed or underpowered or overpowered. I doubt anybody's not going to take an overpowered list if they think it is, but who knows? They might change your list at the last second like I did. So you all saw my list. You're familiar with that. My display board was actually way too big. I was too lazy to make a new one at the last minute, and I took that big ass thing and it actually did pretty well for my paint score. But you can see there's no end tables at this tournament, unlike the Bug Eater. If anybody's happened to be going to the Bug Eater this year, they always do a really good job of having a nice table in between the tables, so it gives you a place to put your stuff. And it's a big open, well lit area. God, a lot of these photos here you're going to see are not that good. The lighting in this place was atrocious when it comes to photography, and if anybody's ever tried to take flash photography of miniatures, you know it never comes out right. But for the first year for bolt action at Adepticon, they really did a really good job. It went really smooth. All the games were on time. They had a nice board for the table groupings, and yeah, it went really smooth. Our tournament organizer here did an outstanding job, and A+ to him. So let's go through some of the lists here. This list actually won the second place for the best theme type of army. I can't remember what they call that, mainly because it took a Flak 88. I believe this is the one. So he's got the little tow, half track. He's got a motorcycle squad. He's got looks like a heavy howitzer, three squads of infantry, and Panzer III. It looks like that's a interesting little list for 1250 points. You know, the 88 gun. You gotta love that. Let's see. So the next one here was a really nice description. He's got the I got a little better picture of the thing there, but I'm looking at the models, and you're like, where is 1250 points in that? Looks like he brought a 6-pounder like I did, a Jeep, and some infantry, maybe a Special Air Services, maybe SAS. These guys would probably cost more points, I suppose. But there's the little sign. He's got a nice Breville little thing there. To me, it doesn't look like there's 1250 points there. It must be rock hard. It says airborne on the back of the box there, but must have a SAS Jeep. Looks like he's got a motorcycle there. That's kind of cool. And yeah, again, I mean, the lighting here was suck for a lot of these pictures. So I also shout out to Brian Ward. I stole some of his pictures off of his Facebook post for the ones I was kind of lacking some. Here it looks like what is that? Soviets. Got a little tiny tank there. Looks like a medium howitzer, some type of light anti-tank gun. I don't know who gets that combo. Is that Finnish, maybe? Might be Finnish. It's got some German boxes there for objective token. Several squads of infantry. It's like a couple snipers. Here's Japanese. This got that little tank, truck, couple squads of infantry. When I'm seeing some of these other lists set up for this, it makes me feel like I had way more stuff than anybody else. And I don't know why. I had 5 full squads of infantry. Well, 8 men. 2 of them were veteran. I had a cannon. I had a tank. A cheap tank, but I had a tank. I had 2 different transports. Here's the number 1 award for the softest type of list. It's a Dad's Army. A lot of people like that. He's got the Bedford Lorry 34 whatever truck. Using that bus there for that. Armored car. He's got an A9 there. Hey, look at that A9 tank, just like me. And he's got some kind of howitzer and a horse cart, and then several squads of probably inexperienced infantry. Oh, he's even got the little Blackguard bomber. That's cool. I like this freaking gun back there. Look at that in the top right. I don't know what that is. Maybe somebody can comment, but it's pretty sweet. Then he's got some trucks. He's got some bicycle troopers. He's got a little bit of everything. So this is either a German or maybe some kind of Hungarian or some kind of Bulgarian list or something. I don't know. The blue bands on the helmet makes me think it's some kind of Bulgarian or something. Here's an American list. Looks like it's got some 3 squads of infantry, lieutenant, medium mortar, sniper, howitzer back there. Then the Grant tank. I like that tank. And 2 nicely painted half tracks and a truck. It's a pretty well-rounded American list. It's more like what I got on the table, you know. Never got a chance to see that in action, but looks all right. And then here is looks like, what is that, Finnish? Those tanks back there. Looks like some type of assault gun and an armor car, howitzer, Hetzer. I don't know how that works. How do you have 2 tanks? The Finnish have some BS rule where they get 2 tanks? Probably. Or maybe he played in another event and this is just stuff on the board. Got the winter troops and stuff. This is kind of, I like this paint scheme. I don't know, I just like that tank. I got a better picture here in a second. But it's winter themed Germans. We got the Nebelwerfer, this big ass tank, half track. I do have another picture of this. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here's another picture. Yeah, it's got looks like a Stug there. I like the white. Half track, several squads infantry, flamethrower, Nebelwerfer, mortar. Probably a bunch of veteran infantry. But this is in between games, so it's kind of all scattered all over the place. But I like that white tank look. I think that's pretty sharp. Not really a big fan of snow painting myself, mainly because of the flocking on the bases. Here's another German. Got 3 half tracks. One's got the anti-tank gun on it. He's got some type of anti-tank gun over there. Got that little Jeep truck in the back there. Puma. And another little Kuba wagon with a mortar team. Wow, that's a small infantry list. He's got a lot of vehicles, so no main tank, but he's got a Puma and the half track with the anti-tank gun on it. Very mobile list. Let's see, Panzerjäger Platoon, 104 Schultzen Regiment, 21st Panzer Division, DAK. So he looks like a medium howitzer, Panzer IV, B maybe. He's got this half track with the track thing on it, and that little Pioneer wagon with the anti-tank gun or Panzerbusch, whatever. He's got a machine gun team and a bunch of infantry. He's got a motorcycle, a couple motorcycles back there, probably a motorcycle and sidecar. Here's a Soviet list. That's a big old tank. I don't know the Soviet tanks, like a KV-2 or something. Big old sucker. That's pretty sweet. I'm surprised I didn't see more big tanks out there. It wasn't a lot. I kind of thought with 1,250 points people would shove 250 point and up tank in. They probably were afraid of airplanes, but nobody that I saw really brought airplanes. I'm sure there had to be 1 or 2 out there, but this is looks like another Finnish list. I don't know what kind of tank that is. T-34, 76 maybe, captured. That little Soviet stupid armored car I hate now. I'm going to kill them whenever I see them. Panzerschreck, machine gun team, light mortar it looks like, several infantry squads. Finnish special rules are pretty sweet, I have to say. If you want to be a hardcore competitive player, I can see why you'd want to take Finnish. This is a very blurry picture because of the lighting. I think that's a Marine Corps list with the Sherman, and it looks like with all the jungle stuff, probably a Marine Corps list. I really am keen on making a Marine Corps list, especially since I have that Buffalo. I want to get them like shotguns and submachine guns and jump out and have like veteran Marines and then maybe a couple of squads of regular Marines with the mixed weapons. Wow, look at that big old gun on that tank. That's some overkill probably. Bet people are afraid of that thing. What's that? The Firefly. So it's a British list. 1, 2, 3, 4 squads of infantry, Firefly, that little open top armored car. For my army, I did order armored car. I'm gonna go with the Humber 2. It's a light autocannon one. I wanted one with a light anti-tank gun, but the more I thought about it, I just need an annoying one. I almost went with this one too, Daimler. But I like the way the model of the Humber 2 looks. I think it looks awesome. It's got that tire on the front, and it's also cheaper. Light autocannon would be great for hunting armored cars. You get 2 shots. Be great for its recce. So I'm going to really start trying to play with a recce armored car on my list. And it's closed top, so I don't have to worry about pins all over the place. But this is a nice looking army. Looks like he's got some commandos. Got a sniper. Oh, that big, what is that, Panther? Panther tank, big old tank. It's got that armored car there. It's pretty cool. Looks like a machine gun team. 1, 2, 3, probably 4 squads of infantry, a mortar, a lieutenant, flamethrower. So yeah, seeing quite a bit of diversity when people are bringing their armies. That's one of the things I love about Bolt Action is there's no set tournament build. You know, there's a pro and a con. I really like this army right here. I think that's pretty cool. That one, the color scheme is awesome. I love that tank. Got 4 Bren carriers. That's pretty awesome. Got a mortar and like these infantry teams. Very nice looking, compact, mobile strike force. It's pretty neat. I like that a lot. And here's at least one picture. I know there's several. Oh, this ain't it. This is that same one that I took a picture of before. There's 2 tanks, a Hetzer and a Stug, and then the armored car. I don't know how that works. Why there's 2 tanks on there? Because it's a single platoon. Unless the Finnish can take a tank and then take a captured tank. I don't know how that works. I didn't play this army. I didn't see it play. It looks like the bases are nice. There's those Canadians. Luke was a player. Those Canadians. That was a nice looking army. Sherman. Like that little flag on top of his truck to denote the Canadians. And veteran infantry all around. 4 squads of veteran infantry. Fortunately, you know, I get a good scenario against him. For me. And his dice went south.
Get out.
It looks like the Japanese army again. We already had one picture of that. I think he's the only Japanese player there. There's a funky tank on the top right there. What are these? Some kind of Australians or something? You got 2 armored car things. One must be some sort of transport, like a M White Scout. It's got an armored, that big old howitzer. Based on the hats and stuff, they might be Australians or New Zealanders. No, I'm not sure. There's no description with the army. That tank is cool. Here's a nice German list. I think I saw this one posted in the Bolt Action Ohio list when he got it painted up. He's got that Panzer IV, Puma, and some veteran infantry and a transport. I was worried about running into a list like this with the Panzer IV and the Puma. It would have been tough to deal with. Or the Panzer IV with the howitzer on it would probably be a nice combo. Or the Stew. The Stew. Here's a nice little desert army. The 88. One of these 2 88s won the second place for the theme list. But looks like a Panzer III, half track, that open 6 armored thing that can tow the 88. It's got a couple of motorcycles. This may be the same one we showed before, but it's worth another look just because of the 88. I think I have another side shot here, and yeah, it's a nice little picture of that Panzer III. That's one of my favorite tanks, Panzer III. Very versatile, early war main combat tank. It's got a nice little customized flamethrower there too. That's pretty cool. Looks like he made that himself. Alright, so next army we got this very dark picture. I don't know what they are. A lot of infantry though, and a little small little gun and a mortar. Interesting. And then looks like an American list. The 2 Jeeps. Nice Sherman there. Like that weathering on there. And several squads of infantry. Yeah, some of these lists I look at them and I think they must all just be veteran infantry, you know, because it's like, where do the points go? I guess the Sherman's not cheap. Guy looks like he's got an observer in there in the house. This is a Polish army. It's got the little tankette. It's got that tank thing. Nice big gun there. Infantry squad, and then another infantry squad. Some sort of machine gun maybe back there, and then a lot of Polish lancers. I'm not sure how they fared. I think this is one of those armies that, you know, wins big and then loses big. It's all or nothing. Here's the army that won best painted. I think I've got several pictures of it. If you get down close to these, they're really excellently done. You got the motorcycle. It's got a whole motorcycle or a bicycle squad. They're actually riding bicycles. The basing's great. It's got cavalry. These cavalry models look like they're something out of Warhammer Fantasy. The way he's got them all based up. Several trucks. A big type of self-propelled artillery gun back there. Yeah, I tried to get a picture of the detail work because they look great. Yeah, and there's the green helmets again, or with the blue. So that must be Hungarian. Got some trucks back there. Yeah, these guys actually looked really good. They ended up winning. I mean, those bases on those horses are gigantic, but he's able to put you know, a lot of detail into those bases. And then here's another picture. Kind of get an idea. They look really nice. The infantry squad there. I'm not sure how well they played or anything, but didn't see a whole lot of cavalry at this event. I did see. I look over a couple. I was playing next to that Polish Lancer one when I was on like one of the tables, and they were next to us. I looked over. And I sure did see a lot of cavalry charges, and they were cutting down stuff in their path. You don't want to get charged by them. And that's just a horribly blurry picture. We've seen this one before with the winter theme. Here's a really nice display board with the toll booth, a little bit of or a checkpoint, and then a little broken down house. Got to look at Panzer II. It's got that little armored car there. A nice display board. Grabner's Last Ride, A Bridge Too Far, 9th Reconnaissance Battalion. It's got a nice descriptive, talks about his army. You know, he's got you got a half track with the anti-tank gun in it. It's got that really nice model in the back there, that truck, open top. It's got some motorcycles. Very well done army. Panzer, I like that Panzer II. It's that's like the first model I bought outside the starter kit. Was an early war German Panzer II tank. That's a neat looking armored car too. I'm not sure which one that is. Oh, it says right down there. I don't know. It had his army list on that board, but I missed it. Here's looks like a Soviet list. Small, condensed, gigantic anti-tank gun. It looks like might be a divisional gun or something. It's got a mortar back there. 1, 2, 3, 4 squads of infantry, and look at this tank. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's a SU-122 or SU-152. Whatever it is, I kind of want one. That's intimidating. You have that thing driving at you. If I'd have ran into that, I don't think I could even dent it. It's got to be a 10 armor, right? But these guys are really nice looking. Nice army. Looks like they were fighting in the Pacific Islands there. Not really probably the Soviet Union's best place to be. Well, I guess they fought in Japan and whatnot, didn't they? Alright, so then moving on, we've got the army that I fought, Brian. He's got his mixed British army. So yeah, Chindits, Commandos, Sherman, Ram, armored car, and that Bofors gun. And then, yeah, just another picture of it. And I got one more army here, and I'm not even exactly sure what it is. Looking at it, oh, it's a Soviet armored car, but I don't know what this is. Maybe if anybody knows, they can post. It might be a minor country, because it looks like some type of Sherman. And then he's got that. So is it another Finnish? Maybe? Yeah, maybe. I don't know what it is. But yeah. Well, I hope that you know, enjoyed taking a look at these armies. I know that I like to look when I'm getting ready to go to a tournament. I like to get an idea of what people are playing. So hopefully, you know, this would be helpful, or at least some sort of base reference. There's a couple others like Operation Sting going to be happening in the same area. I think it's sold out, but there's a waiting list. And so usually when you see these big events like Adepticon, it starts to mirror the events. Bug Eater is going to be different this year in that Josh has set that up as a dual platoon. No order dice max, and theater selectors are allowed. So it's basically a bring it type of environment. It's 1,000 points. I'm currently building up my French for that. I think that they will take an advantage in that the dual platoon type of system where the British really wouldn't. And I need to motivate myself to finish my French. I actually played my first battle ever with my French today. It's a slow grow escalation campaign, and it was 450 points, and I do have a battle report that I'm going to put up for that, so you can follow along with my slow grow. I apologize for my French. All my stuff's not painted. I wanted it to be before we kicked this off, but Adepticon kind of put me behind schedule, but I'm going to be cracking away on it, and I'll get it done. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. If you like, subscribe. If you haven't already, come back for the next video soon. Thanks.